It's not consent if you make me afraid to say no.
Consent culture gives us the responsibility to be accountable for our thoughts, behaviors, and actions towards each other.
Consent. It is my right and your responsibility.
Just because I was frozen in fear and couldn't say no with my body or my voice does not mean I said yes. It means I was in shock.
No is a complete sentence. It doesn't require any justification or explanation.
Consent is not the absence of a no, it's the presence of a yes.
Consent is based on equal power and respect.
No is a complete sentence. It does not require explanation or justification.
If you are too shy to ask for consent, then re-evaluate where your confidence comes from.
It is not my responsibility to hold your hand and teach you when you're sexually assaulting me. It is your responsibility to get the knowledge and consent to prevent yourself from hurting me.
It's never inconvenient to talk about what's comfortable and what isn't.
If I were to remain silent, I would be guilty of complicity.
It doesn't matter how long we've been together or how much you loved me. No still means no.
Just because alcohol blurs your thoughts and visions, there's a clear line that I can cross. That's taking advantage of someone else.
Consent is actively communicated. It is not silence or hesitation.
Consent one time does not mean consent every time.
Without consent, sex is sexual assault.
I refuse to feel shameful or embarrassed to say no.
Let's be clear. When we talk about sexual assault victims, we're not just talking about cisgendered individuals. We're also talking about transgender, transsexual, two-spirited, and queer individuals plus.
Consent should be a sober, verbal, affirmative, enthusiastic yes.
We are silent because silence is easier.
If you ask me if it's okay, that shows me that you respect me as an equal and you respect your own sexuality.
If you have to convince me to have sex with you, it's not consensual.
I don't need alcohol and drugs to have sex. Ongoing consent is the one and only way I get sex.
Consent is voluntary, mutual, and can be withdrawn at any time.
Rape isn't a joke, so don't use it in one.
I refuse to be judged on whether I have too much sex or too little sex. I maintain the right to have my own agency.
When you sexually assault me, you are psychologically, emotionally, and physically assaulting me too.
Consent isn't sexy, it's mandatory.
No means no.
Consensual sex is when both of us are happy, confident, and feel safe.
Consent is active! Be the change you want to see in the world, and together we can systematically stop violence.
I have a right to live in a world free from rape and sexual assault.
There's no such thing as non-consensual sex. That's rape.
Yeah, we've had sex before, but that doesn't mean my body is at your beck and call.
I am not trying to tease you, and I am not trying to play hard to get. I am saying no because I have the right to.
Your sexual desires do not take priority over mine, my body, or my self-respect.
When I have sex with a partner. I refuse to demean or make them feel less than what they are, an equal and fellow human being.
I am an agent of change. Do not obstruct my revolution.
I am an agent of change. Do not obstruct my revolution.
We are agents of change. Do not obstruct our revolution.